Hi, welcome to the Butler Buzz. I'm Katie Stutz, and I'm sitting here with Liz with Dress for Success Pittsburgh. Liz, thank you so much for being on the show with us today.
Thank you for having me. This is exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited to learn about this. March 8th coming up is International Women's Day.
Yes, it is. Every day for us is International Women's Day, to be fair. But yes, we're looking forward to March 8th very much.
And tell us about your event on March 8th.
Sure. So we're doing something new this year. We, in the past, have had things like people donate birthday parties, for example, to Dress for Success, where they'll invite their friends and in lieu of a gift, bring an item of clothing or bring a purse. And it's awesome. It's a really unique way to celebrate women, support women in community with the women you know already. And it's a party. Who doesn't love a party? So International Women's Day, we're having what's called an empowerment celebration. The information's on our website, so you have a little bit of time, a few weeks to get set up, but you'll get all the literature you would need to hand out at the party. Obviously, ask people to, $5, $10 to raise funds. 100% of it is going to go right back into helping women in our communities. We serve 5 counties out of 4 physical locations. So that goes a long way. The ripple effect is amazing. It's just a really exciting, unique way to support the work and continue to empower women on their journeys to economic independence. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun time, I think.
So not only can you donate funding, you can donate tangible items such as purchases, career items.
Yeah, and some people may choose to do that as they've done in the past. And when you go onto the website and you learn a little bit more about hosting an empowerment celebration, you'll be able to see the options on how that can go, how to communicate it to those you love and the women and men in your life who might want to come and join.
That's awesome. So you can really get involved and help other women.
Yeah, and it's a fun way to do it. It's just a very personal way to do it within your own community. And like I said, the ripple effect into all the communities is phenomenal. It always has been.
So that sounds great. Instead of just donating to a place, you're actually donating to something where you can see you're actually helping other people.
Right, right. For people that may not even be familiar that much with what we do at Dress for Success Pittsburgh, Postscripts Productions had made an amazing video. It's a really short, so take 3 minutes out of your day. You can find it on YouTube, Dress for Success Pittsburgh, and it's also a really cool thing that you can decide to show friends and loved ones. It really does a great job of showing the work, showing the real women behind it, the real women in front of it, and the impact. And it's so tangible. It's real lives,
Right.
And so that's what we're about, real lives.
And something else I like about your organization is that you also go to the women in need. You're not requiring them to have transportation.
Right.
You go to them, you meet them where they're at.
Yes, I'm so glad that you brought that up. That is probably the most exciting growth point, at least in my opinion, for Dress for Success Pittsburgh over the last 4 to 5 years, more specifically maybe 2 to 3 years. But we've been doing what we call, mobile services for a long time now, mostly out of necessity, because as we know, transportation, childcare are the 2 biggest barriers to employment, right, especially for women. Women are running in most single parent homes. Most are being run by women. And so when you have all that to consider, not having a vehicle, not having the childcare, getting places that are absolute priorities can be really hard. Getting places that are priorities can be really, really hard.
Right.
And so we say we meet women where they are, figuratively. And so we realized we have to do that, literally. So it started as 1 or 2 women a month. They would get the job, which is so exciting. I need my scrubs, but my car broke down. I'm 45 minutes away and it's rural. How do I get it? Well, we get her sizes, we load up the car, and we meet her literally where she was, right, to give her scrubs to start work. And it's just developed. So just in 2018 alone, Dress for Success Pittsburgh, out of our 4 branches serving 5 counties, we served over 3,500 women, which is our most impactful year to date. And about 614, I believe, of those women were served out of our cars. So that is just a tiny, it's a huge number, right?
Right.
And at the same time, I think such a tiny speck of what the big picture is as far as who can benefit from us coming to where they are and coming into communities. And people, they want the service. The more we talk about it, the more people are like, when can you come see us? So we go to college campuses. That's a big one. RMU, CalU, We're going to be going to Slippery Rock, BC3. We just met about doing some mobile events there. So we help students prep for graduation, for example, internships, whether they're still students doing internships or graduating. That's exciting. And then we go to places like Earn in Wilkinsburg and in McKeesport, Alorca and Green Tree, all these wonderful community partners, nonprofit organizations that are supporting women on their journeys towards economic independence. And they invite us with open arms to their locations. Right. And we basically bring a party. We bring the boutique to them. So we bring the music and we bring all the clothes and all the sizes, the shoes, personal care, accessories. We bring the mirrors and we bring the volunteers who are the heart of everything, to be their personal shoppers. It's beautiful, and it's so exciting to be in community with folks, where they live, where they breathe, where they do their work, where they want to grow, and what they want to better, and to be a part of that. It's so dynamic. So I have high hopes, we all do, for 2019 to do even more mobily.
So Liz, how can people in Butler support you for Dress for Success Pittsburgh?
Absolutely. Butler's been great. We love it. And the community is wonderful. One of the main ways is, of course, donating professional clothing, accessories, shoes, purses, things like that.
Okay.
You can do that by contacting us. We're located in the Holly Point building at 220 South Main Street in Suite 301. You can find all of our information on our website. And it's for all the branches, but Butler specifically operates on a part-time basis right now. So you'll be able to just coordinate with either myself or Liz Rodriguez, who is the student specialist. And we'd be more than happy to arrange a donation time. And if you're interested in volunteering, whether it's for helping clients, helping with donations, or even helping at a mobile service event, which we always need a lot of help with, you can also reach out and we'd love to talk to you, give you a tour, and explain a little bit more how you can get involved that way. And of course, if you want to host an empowerment celebration, that's another amazingly exciting, fun way to do that this year.
And we can find that information on the website.
Absolutely, yep.
Great. Liz, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, this was fun, I appreciate it.
It was great to learn about this organization.
Thank you. We love being here, and Butler, come see us. We're here for you.
Thank you so much. We'll be back with our next segment.
Are you moving at the speed of business? File transfers, multiple locations, video chat. Companies these days are using more data than ever, and it's got to be fast. With gigabit internet from Armstrong Business Solutions, you can keep up with a pack no matter what size your company is. We can provide your business a reliable connection to our advanced fiber optic network with speeds from 100 megs up to 10 gigs per second. Get your business in the fast lane. Armstrong Business Solutions. Your business is our business.
Hi, and welcome back. I'm sitting here with Jen from the Butler Blind Association. Jen, thanks so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
And can you tell us a little bit about the Butler Blind Association? How did you guys get started?
Yeah, so back in the 1930s, Helen Keller issued a challenge to the local Lions clubs to be Knights for the Blind. So the Butler community formed the Blind Association back in the 1930s.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a really big support coming up from the community.
It is. It's very much needed to help individuals who are blind and visually impaired to live independent lives. And that's what we are there for, is to educate and empower them.
And can you tell us some of the things that you do for the blind community?
Sure. So our most used service is transportation with sighted guide. So individuals who have to go to doctor's appointments, grocery shopping, banking, we provide that transportation with sighted guide escort. So we are able to accompany them in, help them fill out paperwork, help them find things that they're looking for at the different locations. We also offer support groups for different ages, from elementary school all the way to individuals in their 90s. Come and attend to learn to adjust to their vision loss and seek peer support, so they're able to find out what's working for other individuals, what other individuals are challenged with. We also provide life skills training. So we have different classes, anywhere from crafting class to learn dexterity and just confidence building, esteem building, to cooking classes, to different community resources coming in and telling them what resources are available to them so they can live independently. We also provide vision screenings to catch eye problems early for children in school, and we partner with the Lions clubs to do that. It's very exciting. We also offer social activities like bowling, monthly, technology, and the one I'm most proud of is employment opportunities.
Okay, can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so going on 8 years ago, we created a social enterprise called Out of Sight Shredding. And we developed that with two missions in mind. One was we were seeing a lot of qualified individuals who are blind or visually impaired and other disabilities who did not have work experience or understand work expectations and needed employment training. So we looked at creating a business where we could employ individuals who needed that opportunity.
Okay.
And secondly, we created it so it would generate a revenue stream for the organization, so we didn't have to rely entirely upon public donations and state funding. We can generate revenues ourselves.
So it seems like it helps a lot. It helps the Blind Association as well as the members of the community that need the help for.
It's a win-win. It's
Yeah.
really exciting, and we're in our 8th year, and we've continued to grow. We serve a 120-mile radius, so we're all up and down Western
It
Pennsylvania.
really has grown.
We have some government contracts such as the IRS. We have doctors, car dealerships, insurances, accountants, anybody that has information, personal papers with personal information on it
Okay.
should be shredding, and they can contact us for that service.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're AAA certified. We're the real deal. So
That's great.
yeah.
So then also for your funding, you're also hosting a benefit event that
Yes.
benefits the Butler Blind Association, and that is the Bowling with the Bunny.
Yes.
And can you tell us a little bit about that?
So we have 2 fundraisers a year, and this is our spring fundraiser, and it's going to be April 14th at Family Bowl-Away
Okay.
at 1:00, and we have the Easter Bunny there to get your picture taken with.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. And you get 3 hours worth of bowling. That includes your shoe rentals, food, drinks, DJ there to play music throughout the day, and we're just going to have a lot of fun. It is $20 a person, and it includes everything I just talked about.
I hear you're doing something special for your Special Olympics participants this year. Can
I'm
you
so
tell us?
glad you brought that up. Yes, we have a discounted rate
Okay.
for any Butler County Special Olympic bowler. We would like them to attend our event and be our special guest with a discounted entry fee. So they can contact us down at the Blind Association to get registered.
Okay, great. So Jen, how can we get more involved and help out with your event?
Thank you for asking. We're actually still looking for lane sponsors,
Okay.
which is a $100 sponsorship. We're also looking for basket raffles. We have a wonderful basket raffle the day of, which include family fun things to do for children and adults. And more information is on our Facebook page or our website.
Okay.
And you can always contact the Blind Association. And we're looking for bowlers also. So if you'd like to come to the event, I suggest registering early so that you have a
Great.
lane. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Jen, thank you so much for being on our show today.
Thank you for having us. We're excited to be a part of the community.
Thank you, and we'll be back with our next segment. Hi, welcome back. I'm sitting here with Cindy from O.V.A.D.A. Hi, Cindy. How are you?
Hi, Kate. Very good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on here. Can you please tell us a little bit about O.V.A.D.A, how it got started?
I can. O.V.A.D.A is one voice for the abused and domestic animals.
Okay.
We had to start it because Butler didn't have a humane officer. And we would see on Facebook, social media is wonderful, it does good things and bad things, where these people had animals they saw were being abused and they didn't know what to do about it. And Butler didn't have a humane officer, which protects animals from humans, is the easiest way to describe it.
Okay.
So Diana Waller and I decided that we would try to do this. And you have to go through certain steps. And we filled out all the paperwork, became a nonprofit, and then we had to find a humane officer. And Janice Lonzak just kind of fell out of the sky into our laps. And we've been doing this almost 2 years now.
Well, that's awesome.
It is a good thing.
And it's needed.
It's very much needed in Butler County. We haven't had one for over 20 years, I think it was. And the police can handle these cases, but they don't always know the laws. There's humane law and there's dog law, and the humane officers follow humane law.
So can you give us some examples of how O.V.A.D.A has impacted the community with the humanity?
Yeah, Janice has done quite a few cases. Some of them with the cold weather. There's new laws now where dogs can't be tethered out for long periods of time. They have to have the right kind of dog box. They have to be a good body weight. They have to have food and water. As much as maybe a landlord would have a tenant leave and there's a dog that's been left there for days to weeks that's in bad shape. So we get called and Janice goes, she was sworn in by the state. So she is literally an officer of the law, just like a police officer, but it's a humane law. And so she knows what to look for in these animals to designate whether they have been abused or neglected. And then just like regular law, there are citations for some are felonies. If the dog dies, it's a felony. We've had some bad cases. Bailey's at the Humane Society now was found abandoned, skin and bones. Poor thing, adorable dog. Right now we can't do anything because we don't know who Bailey belonged to.
Okay.
So it's a rough job.
But he's in good hands because...
He's in good hands. The Humane Society is amazing.
Because this is in place now.
Mm-hmm. They take a lot of these animals for us. That's why it's so important to support the Humane Society, any kind of donation or attend their events, because they do a lot of this work that isn't seen.
Right. And speaking of events, you have an event coming up.
We do have an event coming up. It's Pins for Paws. It's going to be at the Family Bowlaway.
Okay.
And it is April 19th, Good Friday. Don't have anything to do.
Nice.
From 7 to 10. And it's a typical bowling event. We're going to have a basket raffle and 50-50 raffle, bake sale. Once you get your shoes, of course, for free. And there's drinks. You can have unlimited fountain drinks. And everybody had a really good time last year. This is our second one.
So can you tell us a little bit about the direct needs of O.V.A.D.A and what the fundraising provides for you?
Yes, we receive no money from any federal funds, no state fundings. So it's all fundraising. It's all donations.
So you're in need of us to come and help out.
Absolutely. Even bring if you have a company, then you want to make a basket up. We obviously advertise. You can sponsor a lane. Anytime, maybe if you'd see on Facebook, we have a Facebook page that we've had a case. There's been times when we've had upwards of 30 cats that we rescued and we have to feed them. We have to provide Janice with gas and her uniform and her equipment. And we like to give money to the shelter because sometimes they take these animals and it's not cheap to keep them.
No. So
as all nonprofits, there's always a need for cash. And you never know when you're going to need it. We never know when the phone's going to ring and we're going to have a bad case. So it is important. We love everybody to
just
come.
To be prepared.
Anything. Yeah. Any little bit helps. Like I said, a gift card for gas for Janice or, the 50-50 raffle, it helps a lot.
We're talking about cats and dogs and mainly house pets. Do you service other kinds of animals such as farm animals?
Yes. It's any domestic animal. So we've had rabbits. We've been called on rabbits, horses, cows, anything that they consider domestic. Sheep. There was a big case you may have heard of lately there were a lot of sheep involved. Anything that has been domesticated. Janice has been educated on their body weight and how to keep them in their hooves and
all the appropriate
to keep
conditions
animals,
for them.
healthy animals we want.
Right. So you guys are just covering all the bases.
We do, and if they would call and it would be something we don't handle, we could probably find somebody to help them. Okay,
that's great. So where can we go to find out more about Pins and Paws and how to sign up?
You can go to Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, we do have a website. It's www.O.V.A.D.A.HPO. And we're updating the website this weekend with the events, but you can learn more about O.V.A.D.A on there also.
All right, great. Thank you so much for being on our show today.
Thank you for having us.
And we'll be back with our next segment.
Armstrong Comfort Solutions is now the best choice for all your heating and cooling needs. New installations or service calls, our expert technicians can provide you with the service and support you need to keep your home comfortable, no matter the season. We offer products from industry-leading brands like Carrier and Mitsubishi, and we're here for you with 24/7 local support and emergency service. Call us today at 724-789-9100 and experience the satisfaction you've come to expect from Armstrong.
Hi, and welcome back. I'm sitting here with Rachel from Butler County's Reach and Rise program. Thank you so much for being with us,
Thank
Rachel.
you for having me. I'm really grateful to be here.
Thanks. So Rachel, tell us a little bit about Reach and Rise. We understand that we were involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters earlier, but now it has transitioned to Reach and Rise.
Yeah, so everybody is familiar with Big Brothers Big Sisters. That's a nationally known name. So when the transition started to come to Reach and Rise, it's been a journey. Big Brothers and Big Sisters was part of Butler County YMCA for over 20 years. So it's been a staple in the community, and people know it and love it, and it served our community really well. But over the last several years, the Y was noticing that there was a significant decrease in the number of people that were signing up to mentor. The kids were still there.
Right.
There's still a need for the kids to have strong adult mentors. But because times are changing,
The
people
needs changed too.
the needs have changed, and people just aren't comfortable one-to-one with kids, and that's on both ends. It's, parents are a little bit worried about that, but mainly the mentors are really struggling to come to the plate just because times are different. So Sandy Eilenfeld, who's our executive director, she took a whole year and researched what could we do to meet these kids' needs. There's got to be something out there
Right.
that can meet the needs of these kids in a similar type of way. So she found Reach and Rise. It's a YUSA supported program developed in 1992. It was started, evidence-based, so it's got a curriculum. I mean, it's pretty lengthy in the way that it's been developed.
Very in-depth.
It's very in-depth. So the way I got associated with it is that I'm a clinician. I've been doing mental health for 15 years, working with kids and families. So they needed a clinician as part of this too, because it is a therapeutic group mentoring program. So what kind of sets it apart is obviously the therapeutic part, but it's 2 mentors trained under this therapeutic model to work with 6 kids. So it's small group setting rather than a one-to-one. So that kind of takes that pressure away from an adult signing up to work with a child. And for a child working just with one adult, there's never a time when there's an adult alone with a child. It's a group setting. So that's kind of what differentiates it. And that's where Sandy was like, yeah, I think this could work. This could work for her.
Because you have a bigger group of adults with the children, and seems like a better dynamic.
Yeah, and if you think about it, 1-to-1 ratio, you have 1 adult working with 1 child. We have 2 adults working with 6 kids. So we're able to serve a lot more kids too,
Right.
which is pretty phenomenal. So
Seems more fun that way too.
it does, and you're not alone doing it, and it's a consistent time. They meet once a week for 2 hours, and those 2 hours mean a lot to those kids. It's not just, hey, let's meet whenever,
Right.
Whenever our schedules work, is that's kind of how Big Brothers Big Sisters was. It's more now, we're structured every Tuesday, whatever your schedule looks like for your group, every Tuesday from 6 to 8, we're meeting consistently for 8 to 16 weeks.
And it
depending.
shows the child is important to them.
Absolutely, and those kids really need that person or persons to show up for them every week. That's kind of what resonates with them the most, is still that same philosophy as Big Brothers Big Sisters, to have caring adults showing them that their life can be different, that they can make different choices, better choices than kind of what they're shown sometimes. Right. So that's pretty powerful. It's still that powerful connection.
And then can you tell us a little bit about the curriculum and the evidence base? What does that mean to the organization?
Yeah, we say that a lot, evidence-based, but realize that that's a really new concept in the field of mentoring. If we've been with Big Brothers Big Sisters,
Right.
like what does that mean, evidence-based?
How do you measure it?
Right. So Reach and Rise has been around since 1992. So they have done the research to prove that their outcomes are researched and they're proven. So the outcomes are, for example, 75% of mentees who are in the Reach and Rise program, for their duration of their time that they're in the program, they abstain from drugs and alcohol. While they're in the mentoring group, because they have that supportive adult. They are the percentages of 50% more likely to engage in the community. So that's proven over time through evaluations. It's a pretty incredible program. We just finished our first cycle too. So it was, it was brand new. I was nervous, honestly. I came in as a new person ready to put this out, but I didn't know how it would be received. So that was a fear on my part. Would people jump onto this? The draw for me in this position was one, that there were outcomes. There was something to be measured. There were goals for these kids, because I feel that that's important. Me working in mental health, I always have, goals for my clients. Right. So I want to have the same thing for these kids. And so we do have that for them. And when I present that to mental health professionals or to school districts, That's something that they really love, the evidence-based piece of it, and that there are outcomes for these kids and for the program. So they hear that and they were sold on that. They are so excited to be able to funnel kids my way, because I worked in the school system for 9 years as a school counselor. I didn't have enough time to provide to these kids. I knew when they left my door, there was so much extra work to be done that you wish you could have reached them. So they were saying, this is a supplement. We can use this. We have so many kids that would benefit from this. So they're constantly emailing me, do you need more kids? Do you need more kids? How can we support you?
They're in need.
They are. They see that, and they're excited that there's something like Reach and Rise that is measurable, that they can send these kids to, that it's not just hanging out. There's more to it. There's a purpose attached to that connection.
And can you give us an example of what you do in these sessions?
Sure. So you typically what the kids do, they come in, they have some sort of opening. They'll talk about whether it's something that they've created, their own opening, whether they reflect on their week, what has happened since the last week, what's new, what's exciting. Sometimes kids will come in and have something pretty powerful that may have happened in their week, which can divert the whole session, which is okay. And the mentors have learned the importance of kind of letting that flow if that needs to happen. But they'll do a check-in.
You as the support.
Correct.
Which is why we need you here.
Right, exactly. And they do feel that support from me, because that would be scary to handle on your own. So that's what's cool about that. So they do some sort of check-in.
Okay.
Then they'll do an opening activity to kind of just get everybody warmed up again, to get to know each other. Then they'll get into the meat of the lesson, whether it be social skills, academic-based, if they're struggling with any sort of like connections with peers, that kind of thing, social skills, all of those things. Self-esteem is usually a big one. We try to relate to whatever they're working on. We have goals in their interview that we kind of relate to. So they have the meat of the lesson. Then we break for a snack, because these kids, they've been in school all day, and these sessions in the evening, they're hungry. So we feed them. And then after we feed them, we kind of wrap up. We sum up, review kind of what was taught, go over any questions, conclude the lesson, make sure that they've got the concept. And then the last piece of the cycle, the session, will be them doing some sort of activity at the Y. Because that's where all the groups meet. So we have all this amazing space at the Y. So the last piece of it is working in the Y, doing some sort of activity, whether it be, even just running or shooting some hoops or, engaging with others at the Y. So it's, they have that connection with our Y too, because it's a great place for them to kind of learn some skills.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're really making a difference.
I hope so. That's the goal. That's the goal. So we reached 15 kids. We started with 15 last session, which was more than Big Brothers Big Sisters all last year.
Oh, wow.
There were 12. Yeah, we had 12 Big Brothers Big Sisters last year, and in 8 weeks of our sessions, we reached 15 children. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so this cycle we're hoping, we have 10 mentors now. So we're hoping, if you do the math, 10 mentors and 6 kids in a group, that's up to 30 kids.
Yeah, there you go.
So double. So we're excited. It's growing. People are loving it. I'm really excited about it.
So Rachel, you guys have a fundraiser coming up to help out with Reach and Rise. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. It's our biggest fundraiser of the year. It's the 25th Annual Bowl for Kids. It's Sunday, March 3rd, 2019. We have 2 sessions this year. So there's a morning session, which is 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. And the afternoon session is from 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. It's at the Family Bowl Away Fun Center in Butler. You can go online and register at www.firstgiving.com/Butler County YMCA/bowl for the kids.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rachel.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you next time on the Butler Buzz.